Good evening, folks. How are you? It's been a little while, but I've just been going over some stuff, and there are so many YouTubers and podcast. They're all talking about the same stuff. I didn't want to come on here and just talk about the same thing everybody else is talking about because there's so much going on. And I get that, it could be a little overwhelming and everything. And so I just thought, you know what? I'm going to pick something really out there and let everybody else ramble about the news and everything else that's going on. So the first thing I want to remind you tonight, March 13th, which happens to be my lucky date, the 13th. In any case, do not forget, tonight is the lunar eclipse blood moon, and it's a beautiful, beautiful full moon. So, if you value crystals, go put them out there. Let that beautiful moon energize your crystals. If nothing else, make sure you get outside and take a look at it. These things don't come around all the time. Just want you to know. Did you know? Okay, there's that topic. Here are some things that I do want to touch on. The inheritance tax, accounts receivable tax, building permit tax, CDL license tax, cigarette tax, corporate income tax, dog license tax, excess taxes, federal income tax, federal unemployment tax, fishing license tax, food license tax, fuel permit tax, gasoline tax, currently 44.75 cents per gallon, just saying. Gross receipts tax, hunting license tax, inheritance tax, inventory tax, IRS interest charges, IRS penalties, tax on top of tax, liquor tax, luxury taxes, marriage license taxes, Medicare tax, personal property tax, real estate tax, service charge tax, Social Security tax, road usage tax, recreational vehicle tax, sales tax, school tax, state income tax, state unemployment tax, telephone federal excise tax, telephone federal universal service fee tax, telephone federal, state, local surcharge tax, telephone minimum usage surcharge tax, telephone reoccurring and non-occurring current charges tax. I screwed that up. Telephone reoccurring and non-reoccurring charges tax. Telephone state and local tax. Telephone usage charge tax. utility taxes, vehicle license registration tax, vehicle sales tax, watercraft registration tax, well permit tax, workers' compensation tax. Still think this is funny? Do you know? Do you know? Now, one of these taxes existed 100 years ago, and our nation was the most prosperous in the world. We had absolutely no national debt, had the largest middle class in the world, and mom stayed home to raise the kids. What happened? Can you spell the word politicians? Just to let everyone know. Take a look into it. It's quite surprising. And then there was a question that I came across from Ron DeSantis. Breaking 73% of Americans approve of the Department of Government Efficiency. Are you a part of the 73%? I certainly am. Because I'm telling you what, when I hear about the billions and billions going to all these other countries for uh, all the non to test mice on how they react to hormone therapy or something. I don't know. It's just insane. One of my previous videos, I made a list of all the waste to countries you and I never even heard of. It's just ridiculous. And you know what it is? It's all a big slush. It's all a bunch of BS. Because all that money is cycling right back into somebody's pocket. I'm not going to get specific, but you know what I'm saying? So they got to put a label on it. Oh, we're going to give this country for I don't know, some stupid shit. We're going to give this country $2 billion for this no nonsense thing. And they got people believing, "Oh, isn't that wonderful? We're so generous. We're helping a poor country." Did they tell you what part they're helping? Because I really don't think 9/10 of it makes any sense whatsoever. So when you've got somebody like Doge going through with a fine-tooth comb over how every single penny is spent in this through bills being passed and budgets being passed and, this Department of Government Efficiency is looking at 100%. You tell me one company or human being that is not subject to an audit. The IRS can audit you anytime they want. Make a mistake on your taxes and see how quick you're pulled in the office. Companies have to submit a budget, a projected budget. Don't you think their executives audit that? Of course they do. And then every year that company is audited because it's got to file taxes. It's got to make sense. So why can't we audit big government? Why? Why? But yet you've got 27% screaming their heads off like bunch of maniacs. When they themselves probably at some point have gone through an audit of their expenses, but they don't think big government needs to be audited? Oh, just let that schmuck over there pass a bill. Billions of dollars. And then all of a sudden, somebody's bank account goes from 11 million to 60 million when they're only making 220,000 a year. Yes. I'm part of the 73% that loves Doge. Keep looking, Elon. Keep looking. And then they're talking about this government shutdown. People are having a fit. My own governor lying. And I saw it on Facebook. Lying to the people. Trying to snowball because he hates our president, right? He's over there talking about a government shutdown and how the Republicans don't care about a government shutdown. And he's over there trying to shove it down people's throats that a government shutdown would jeopardize Social Security, Medicare, and scare every disabled or senior citizen out there. Check into it. Check into it. Did you know it would have absolutely no effect on Social Security whatsoever? None. None. Nope. But he's on Facebook. I saw him today talking in front of, I don't know who the hell he was talking to, trying to tell everybody, and it's fear porn. He's spreading fear porn. That is all it is. People, please don't let somebody lie to you and say that if we have a temporary shutdown of our government, that you're not going to get your Social Security check and you're not going to be you can't go to the doctor because your Medicaid will be suspended. Medicare. That's a bold-faced lie. Check it. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Jim Jordan introduces a new bill that would require American-born citizenship for both the presidency and Congress. This move aims to ensure that our leaders have deep ties to the country and its values. Do you support this common sense measure? 1000%. You take somebody, I'm going to try and show you, like that woman. Where am I? Right there. You see her? Do you really think she's got America as her priority? We've already known um, her Somalian support in Minnesota. Is that who we should have in Congress? I don't think so. No. If you're not born in America and you don't have the values of America and you haven't participated your whole life into those values and you didn't say the Pledge of Allegiance when you go to school or used to, and you can't sing the national anthem with a smile and pride, you have absolutely no business drawing a paycheck in Congress or any other government office position. Absolutely not. Just my opinion. And did you know? Aren't I annoying? Did you know that we got one hell of a storm system moving through this country? I'm telling you what. Heads up central U.S. Major storm system brewing for Friday with 100-mile-an-hour jet stream winds. Severe weather likely from Mississippi Valley through the southeast starting Friday afternoon and continuing into Saturday. Strong tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail, all a possibility. And there it is. Whoop, where am I going? There it is. Everything in yellow. Straight up to Illinois and Missouri. I can name Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, New Orleans, it's got to be Mississippi, Tennessee, and a little bit of Indiana, and part of Texas down there too. That's all where the yellow was. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get 100-mile-an-hour winds, but it is a possibility. This storm here, and I listened to his podcast earlier, this storm here has a very high potential of straight line winds. And that's where he gets that 100-mile-an-hour. Because if this storm system goes the way it's looking, we're talking more straight line winds coming through. And yes, there could be sporadic tornadoes that come out of this, but I'm sure if I've lived through it, you've lived through it, storms that's had straight line winds. There's no escaping straight line winds. Tornadoes zigzag and you can dodge out, and whatever. But you can't get away from straight line winds. And those will bring trees down, blow roofs off your house. It could do some really, really serious damage. So, if you have weather radios, make sure they're on. If you're in this projected path, make sure they're on. And I want you to be really aware tomorrow. And this is supposed to happen in the evening. For my area in Illinois, it's supposed to be, I think they said after 10 o'clock at night and up until like 2 a.m., which is really unsettling because, for those of us that go to bed, yeah, I'm not going to be sleeping and all of a sudden wake up to watch the roof blow off. So there won't be any sleeping for me tomorrow night. But in any case, as I said before, I strongly urge that since you're already on YouTube, go to Ryan Hall Y'all, YA apostrophe LL, Ryan Hall Y'all. I love his channel. He will stay on live with all kinds of radars going, storm chasers on the bottom of his screen that you can watch live. He really gives intricate detail and everything that's popping off, no matter what area, he will pinpoint it for you. He really does an awesome job. And I listen to a lot of YouTubers. I listen to a lot of podcasters. They're all great. But Ryan Hall, he saves lives with his broadcast. He's got municipalities listening to him because he's so precise. He will tell you not only the county, he will tell you what town, regardless of how little it is, what town is in the path, what store, what highway. He's just phenomenal job. I can't say enough good things about him. Living in the Midwest, I've already seen 2 tornadoes go through my area here in West Central Illinois, and I rely on him a lot, a whole lot, because I border Missouri. So when Missouri is popping off with something and it comes across that Mississippi, it's heading for me. So I listen really close. But in any case, I just wanted to bring up those few things. Again, do not forget tonight, the lunar eclipse blood moon. Grab your crystals, put them out there. Let that beautiful moon energize if you're into crystals. And if not, go out and just enjoy the beauty of it. Meditate under it. Tell the universe where you see yourself and where you'd like to be and what bad junk are you going to let go of, the emotional baggage. Let that go. Bring in the new emotion. Dream. Think about that house that you've been hoping for. Visualize it. Tell that new moon. Tell it. The universe wants to hear it. And I hope you believe in that because it's true. You know, just by sitting on our butts, that'll get you nowhere. But when you project a path, when you take that step forward, when you've got your dream right here and you know what direction you're going to go, that's that is what's going to get that dream a reality for you. Not just sitting back thinking about it. That ain't gonna never that's not gonna get you anywhere. You gotta make a plan. You gotta know in your heart what you want. Know in your heart. Tell the universe, that's my house. That's what I want. That's the path I'm heading for. It's mine. I am going for it. And set your pace and let it all fall into place. And with that, folks, I hope you have a wonderful night. Make your dreams come true. Go outside tonight. Talk to the universe and that beautiful moon. And please, please, please be aware. Don't be scared. Be prepared for tomorrow night's storms. I love you all. Hope you have a wonderful evening. And I will see you soon. Take care.